Hi, everybody, and welcome again to Carmela's Rasslin Radio Relived. I'm very excited to be here with my beautiful Jeannie. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Carm. Good. How are
And
you?
I'm good. And we also have with us somebody who's becoming quite a regular, and we're pretty
Yes.
excited about that. Bay Ragni, how you doing?
Beautiful Bay.
Beautiful
Beautiful.
Bay.
I like that. Bay Bay. I'm going to call you Bay Bay because Adam Cole, it just doesn't go with him. You have to learn though. You have to watch AEW. You have to learn when he does this. He's like this. Then he does one, two, three. He goes boom. So that's when they say Bay Bay. But whatever. Also, I brought a friend with me today. I always talk about this young man. I actually wrote him a letter. He has a company in England. Um, I think it has something to do with wrestling. I don't know. As soon as I saw it, I wrote it all down, bought the special stamp, and I sent him a letter. So this is Will Ospreay. I love Will Ospreay. Okay, hopefully somebody who knows him will tell him I said that. But anyway, um, he got his clock cleaned. Okay, at the last pay per view for AEW called Full Gear. Um, Kyle Fletcher, which I think is why they're promoting the hell out of him now because he's part of the Don Callis family, the bad family, kind of thing. But it's really cool because Kyle Fletcher has this incredible new outfit. It's all white, and they're making it out like Will was wearing the black and Kyle's wearing the white. But he looked awesome. He really did. He's also a very 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 good wrestler. Real good on the mic. He's good. Anyway, he and Will are very very close. Obviously, I don't think in real life that's changed, but they're going to keep fighting. It's going to be a thing where it's going to come to blows. But of course, like with WWE, which it already has come to blows. I don't know why I said that, but like with WWE, they push this crap over and over and over again. But in this particular case, because I like Will Ospreay so much, they could do it every week. I don't care. He's got some really cool shirts, by the way, too. It's called AEW Shop, and I'm not getting paid for any of this. I just love this guy. I think he's so freaking cool. It's unbelievable. I have this young man that I work with. His name is Jared. He's only 20. He's going to be 25, and he keeps saying to me, "He's too young. You're 67." I said, "Oh, shut up already." That's not why I like him. Okay, I like him because I just do. He's a good wrestler. He's very, very. His whole backstory is really awesome, and I love him. So, anyway, they're going to have another pay per view coming up before the end of the year. I don't know the exact date. It's called World's End. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Also, Survivor Series is tomorrow. I expect a lot of things to happen on that because uh, originally in the beginning it was supposed to be Seth Rollins who jumped onto Roman Reigns' team, but for some ungodly reason, as it turned out, CM Punk wound up being on that team, which makes no sense to me. Which I'm thinking is going to be a big work because I have a feeling that they have definitely signed the other Samoan, the 6'8" Samoan that I told you guys about called Hikulea, and I think they've already signed Villa. So I have a feeling that maybe tomorrow night during the pay per view, something in that realm is going to happen. So we kind of got to, watch it and see what's what. Because even though um, we like certain things, we try to talk about everything because it's important because you have fans all over the place, that like all the different ones. And like I said, I watch wrestling every single night of the week except for Thursday and Sunday, and I tape it anyway because most of the time I fall asleep. But I like to keep on top of things so that we can talk about it. Um, do you guys have any feelings or anything on what's going to happen tomorrow? I know you're probably both not going to watch it. I am, but
Oh, I'm watching it.
oh, are you? Okay, what do
Oh
you think
yeah.
today?
You know what? It's funny because as we've been sitting and watching some of the things, like Coco turns to me, she's like, "All right, what does the booker in you think's going to happen?" And then I'm like, "Well, this could probably go this way." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "But I know that Paul is involved, and things he never does what's the obvious. He always does what the exact opposite of what the obvious is."
Right.
I said, just like he came out with the red shirt like Solo the other night.
Yep.
I'm like, it's just too obvious that he was wearing that and that he's going to turn. It doesn't make sense. It's not in Paul's booking style. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. It could go either way, but I think it's going to be fun because War Games is just my favorite gimmick match.
Mine too. I love War Games. I doubt if I'll watch all of the pay-per-view, but
All
I
right, hold
probably will turn out
Hold
at
it a
the end.
second. Tomorrow's War Games. Did I say Survivor Series?
Well, it is Survivor Series, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Never mind. Okay,
Yeah.
I was going to say tomorrow's not War. All right, never mind. Go ahead, Jeannie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I'll probably wait till the end and just watch the War Games part because I have no interest.
Well, you know what? I should call you and let you know because sometimes in these pay-per-views, it might not happen at the end. So if it happens before the end, I'll text you and let you know. If something is happening by then. Also, I don't know where they're going with Roman Reigns at this point. Roman Reigns just looks like he is not feeling it. He just really doesn't look like he wants to be there. He doesn't look like he's feeling it. I don't know if he's not well. Obviously, the man has standing leukemia, where he has to take incredibly strong medication every day. So I don't know if probably not going to use him a whole lot more. So if they do the Hikalea and the Villa thing or the Villa thing, he may wind up being out of the TV show part and then just doing the pay-per-views when he can, and then, winning I don't know, depending on how he feels, he may not win the tribal chief. It depends on how far they can push this. And if Paul's going to turn, that may also be why Solo is going to be the tribal chief.
And see, that's another thing too. Usually, when you're coming into a War Games, that's usually like the ending of the feud. Like, where do you go now after this? Unless there's going to be a turn and to keep it going. So,
exactly.
Is it going to keep drawing? Are people going to get tired of it? What's their plan? That's the thing you're trying to figure out. What is their plan? Where do they think this can go from here?
Well, and the fact that there's so many people now that are not wrestling oriented, like in TKO, that are also going to have a say in it. That you don't know where that's going to go as well, because now The Rock is like, I'm coming to take over my family, and then I was told that there might wind up being 3 different tribal chief groups. Not just Solo's group and Roman's group, but Rock's going to come in. What's he going to do? He might have his own group, which may also be. I mean, come on. There's needless to say, there's a ton of Samoans. All right, so we can always see that there's going to be new ones here and there all over the place. So that's going to be something that is something to look forward to. Anybody has any suggestions, any fan information, write to us at 316carmela@gmail.com, and we'll see who's right and who's wrong. Next week, we're going to have a guest who is coming back from his first one. Tom Brandy's coming back because, as he said, his first time here, he only hit the top of the iceberg, and he can't wait to come back. So we're going to try and squeeze in some of these results and stuff before, because once Tom starts talking, that's it. And I'm so excited about it. Also, my friend Dave Katz wrote to me, God bless him. This guy knows more about wrestling than Carter has liver pills, I think, when it comes to statistics and stuff like that. While Heidi was here talking, everybody caught it. I caught it. Okay. But I wasn't about to interrupt somebody during a beautiful story that she was sharing, so I let it go. And it's minor. It's a stupid little thing. But
she said Gorilla Monsoon's name wrong a dozen times.
His name, if I'm not mistaken, his name was Robert.
Yeah.
They called him Gino.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's Morella, not Morelli.
Oh yeah, Morella. Yeah, not Morello, or what'd she say?
Morelli.
Okay. Yeah. Also, the Spectrum does not hold 36,000 people.
Yes.
Okay. It only holds, according to Dave, and again, he's a statistic nut, 20,000 or so. All right.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care how many it holds. I loved hearing her stories, and I want her
Well,
back.
plus it's just stupid to even contradict it because he, I'm sure he did tell her 35,000 people, but he was lying to her.
Yeah, exactly. He
Well,
probably did.
It's not that she lied or she got it wrong. She was giving just bad information. So,
Good
but who
point,
cares?
Jeannie.
Who
Yep,
cares?
very good point. So, I mean, he might have also been trying to just, hype her up a little bit, or keep her going, like these people.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It
right,
wasn't, yeah.
right. So, I mean, like I said, she's great. I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear the rest of her stories, man. And like I told Bay earlier, it didn't take much for her to just go off. And I get it. I do get it. And I told Bay sometimes, yeah, Bay was like, man, she went off. And I said, sometimes having women as hosts, we tend to know what to say or how to bring it out. No offense to you, Bay, but men
It was awkward. I'm not going to lie. It was awkward.
Like, yeah, so what happened to your husband? We don't do that. We kind of like lead it in so that they can come right out and say it all. But she was an incredible guest. Incredible. And
I was blindsided. Like I said to you before we went live, like the last I had seen or known, like I had seen pictures of them all together and happy. And she started saying that. I was like, what? No. So then, like, as she was talking, I'm like scrolling on Facebook. I was like, oh, geez. All right. Like, okay.
Yeah. And she kept the last name because it was associated with her. And that could be her way of saying, everybody knows that I was married to you and now I'm not. That's why I kept the last name. I don't know. I kept my last name for a reason. I didn't want to change it with my kids, two of my kids having the same last name, but everybody's different, But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the TWA, and let's talk a little bit about our May show coming up. No, it's not our May show. Joel's May show coming up.
All right, so we have a actual triple shot of announcements.
Wait a minute. Don't do them all at one time, please, so we can keep coming back. I like it better that way. Just one for now.
All right. Well, I'm trying to think which one. I'll start out with this.
I'm sure they're all good.
Two of them go together. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one is we already announced the match of Breaker Morant versus Chris Wilde.
Mm-hmm.
And we have realized that both Breaker and Chris in TWA 2.0, whatever you want to call it, were both heavyweight champions. And Breaker was actually the longest reigning tri-state champion ever. And I think Chris was the second longest reigning champion ever. Now, I was trying to work out ways to do certain things to make a championship match, but things were just not aligning. So after this was brought to our attention, I said to Joel, I said, well, it's right in front of our face. I said, we don't have to go crazy doing all this other things. We have the two longest reigning Tri-State Wrestling Alliance champs already in a match. Mm-hmm. So we are going to now make that for the final TWA champion. Breaker Morant versus Chris Wilde is now a TWA heavyweight championship match. And we kind of, we're in a world now of merchandising and things like that. So we are going to have, because for you historical wrestling fans out there, you already know the original TWA belt became the original ECW heavyweight championship belt. So we are having a brand new TWA belt made for that night.
Wow.
But not only are we having one belt made, technically, we're having 12 belts made. One is our belt guy who's making one for his own personal collection.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You said 12?
12. 12.
Oh my God.
We're
Okay, go
having
ahead.
one that's going to be for the match for the TWA champion. And those other 10 belts will be on sale to the fans.
Wow.
And they will all
Wow.
be the exact same quality belt as the actual one being in the ring that night. They will be for sale $279.95 for your TWA belt. So there was only going to technically 12 belts made. That's it.
Wow,
So,
that'll be
belts
something that'll
available.
go down. That'll go down in history.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Belts
to have one of
available.
those belts.
You'll be able to get them signed at the WrestleCon that day by all the stars at the TWA or whoever you want to sign it. And now Breaker Morant versus Chris Wilde is a TWA World Heavyweight Champion to go into history as the final TWA champion, and the book closes on that person that night.
Wow.
That is going to be really, really awesome. I mean, that alone right there is enough to want to buy a ticket to go.
Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah,
We're going to make history. That's why I keep saying, everybody, this night is about history and nostalgia, and it's exactly what we're going to do.
Unbelievable. Wait a minute. What? You want to say something? All right, hold on. Will has an opinion, okay, about the 12 belts, and he says, whoa.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
I had to. I'm sorry. He's happy too. So there you go. I've been wanting to put Will behind me for a long time, and there you go.
That's
anyway, no, seriously, that is pretty awesome. That really is, and I know that everybody listening will be super excited about it. And I think ultimately, it's a shame that there's not going to be 10 more, to sell. That's crazy. But I'm getting more and more interested in what you're saying as we go along, because from what I'm putting together, come the new year, there's going to be a whole lot more really cool stuff happening with the TWA and with the show for May 3rd. Don't forget, it's May 3rd. Okay.
May 3rd.
May 3rd at the 2300 Arena. Jeannie, it's all you for the WrestleCon and the tickets and the after party. You're good at that. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the WrestleCon is from 12 to 3:30. Same place, the 2300 Arena. And all of the, not all, but the majority of the surviving TWA wrestlers are going to be there, plus other special guests. And you can either get your ticket in addition with the show or just separately, either way. And then the show is at doors open at 6 or 6:30.
Doors open at 6. Bell time is 7:30.
Right, and then that's the show. And then after the show, it's going to be an after party, and you can only go to the after party with your paid ticket to the show, and party with all the TWA people. And that is at the, again, old Marriott, Airport Marriott, but it is now called the Doubletree.
The Doubletree by Hilton.
The Doubletree by Hilton. And also, if you wanted to get rooms or whatever, so you don't have to leave there drunk or whatever, rooms are available for the fans and whatever at a
I have a link.
special
People
rate.
can message me. I'm going to share the link out. So go in the TWA group. Go on Chubby Dovey's Facebook page. Either or, I'll be sharing the link out like crazy for people to get their rooms.
Awesome.
Wasn't I right? She does it really well. So this is why she has to do it, But I also wanted to say to those of you part of our groups that went to the old Marriott after the wrestling, it'll be just the nostalgia alone, okay, of being in that building, in that room again after 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever amount of years it is for some people. Just to be in that room again where we sat with the Ric Flairs and the Dusty Rhodes and the Baby Dolls and all the other wrestlers. It's unbelievable. Just that right there is enough, I think, to make people want to go. You know,
Yeah.
I think, and also, I have to say too, we're just like messing around a little bit tonight. We wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody because I think all of us ate a little too much yesterday. And I
Yes.
hate to say we're just kind of trying to blow off some of the steam. So everything that's normally not that funny is all funny today. But it's just a nice time to sit down with friends and have a discussion, have a talk, and we'd like to extend that holiday to our Rasslin Radio Relived show. So we're just playing, we're having a good time tonight. We have some really good stuff coming up for the new year, though. We have, I was just telling Bay, Jeannie, before you signed on, we have DC Drake coming back to one of our shows. My friend Jimmy was supposed to be here tonight, God bless him, but he's in the middle of moving, and I didn't have the heart to do that to him. So we're going to bring him in the new year. We're going to bring, and again, he used to put the ring together, so I'm dying to hear some. Well, no, I know some of the stories, but I'm dying to hear what stories he's going to tell. So that'll be cool. And then we have Heidi Lee Morgan's coming back again. Love her to death. Tom Brandy's going to come back 100 times. We're going to hopefully get, Dave Yohannan to come back again. We are going to do a tribute. I'm going to set this up at some point with a tribute to Bruno Sammartino, a tribute to obviously Larry Winters. That'll be a little closer to the May show. We're going to do a tribute to Andre the Giant. We're going to do tributes to the wrestlers that have passed, preferably wrestlers that we have met or that we know, so that we can do a little more input into it. The one we did with Dominic DeNucci was awesome because we had his friends and his daughter was on too. So we're trying to get a family member together as well. I keep bothering Bob Ortiz because he said he might be able to get us Don Morocco, so we're working on that. Heidi Lee Morgan's going to try to get us a Wendy Richter. I'm so excited. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. Also, I spoke with Rich Engling. He is the I think he would be like the person in charge, if I'm not mistaken, of the CAC, the Cauliflower Alley.
He's the vice president.
All right, vice president. We're going to do a tribute for that. We're going to try to have people come. I believe he told me August 18th to the 21st is the next Cauliflower meeting to get together, whatever you want to call it. Jeannie and I would love, and Bay, you're going, right?
I want to.
Yeah, Jeannie and I and Bay would absolutely love to be there. I have never been. And I would love to meet a lot of the wrestlers that are disabled now, a lot of the wrestlers that are probably around our age group, mine at least anyway. A lot of the wrestlers who go there to promote it, and a lot of the wrestlers who go there to donate. This is where you get to see what human beings the wrestlers really can be. And it's exciting. So I really want to go. I'm working on it. Jeannie's working on it. Bay's working on it. We're all working on it. So if anybody else wants to go, it might be a cool squared circle Rasslin Radio, thing we can do. So again, let us know. It's not till August. I believe Rich said the rooms are $45. That's not a lot of money. I don't know what the airfare is, honestly. I don't know what the show, the entrance to the show costs, but we're going to have Rich on. So we're going to do a tribute to the Cauliflower Alley as well. So, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up for 2025. I'm just really excited about that. Bay, let's talk a little bit about the banner. Oh, you were going to say something.
I was going to say about Rich in the Cauliflower Alley. It's something I've heard about for many years, but I never knew the true meaning behind it. But when we had that meeting at Joel's last month, and he talked about it, it really hit me and it really moved me, what they do, and you don't have to be a wrestler to be part of the Cauliflower Alley. It's something for the fans to be a part of too. And it really is an amazing cause. And I think everybody should really look into being a member and be a part of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think he said it was $35 for the year, if I'm not mistaken. But I think for a lifetime member, I think it's $300.
Something like $300 or $400.
Something like that. Yeah. But that's for a lifetime. So that means you don't have to pay every time you go. So it pays for itself. But also keep in mind that a lot of people see these wrestlers as invincible, like the superheroes on TV. Well, even Superman died. Okay. They're not invincible. They're not real superheroes. They're just men and women who have busted their asses over the years, who have struggled, who have pushed themselves beyond what they should have pushed themselves. They and a lot of these, and part of the reason that you don't see, thank you God, but a lot of the reasons you don't see young people that are disabled is because everything's so different today. Again, I can't say this enough. Back then, there was nothing like they have today. There really was no medical benefits. There was nobody helping you do anything. I say this over and over again. You had to forage for your own food, your own trans, your own this, your own that. And if you got hurt, oh, well, you had a match coming up and you got hurt, you're still going to wrestle in that match. Hence, here comes the drugs. Okay. It will take a couple pain pills. You'll feel better. Here, the doctor's going to give you a shot. You'll feel better. Well, they're not always cortisone shots. Okay. They were not always cortisone shots that they got. So please keep that in mind. The older wrestlers who are now disabled, who are broke, completely and totally broke. All right. Again, they didn't get paid back then what the guys and the girls get paid today. And the girls still don't get paid what the guys get paid, but they make a whole lot more than they did years ago. Yeah. And you know what's funny? Like I always keep telling my daughter, oh, these wrestlers are rich. And she's like, Mom, she goes, you don't understand. She said, certain ones are. She said, but they're not all rich. She does a lot of research. No, she does a lot of research. And she was telling me, like, even these voiceover actors or people who do stunts, that kind of stuff, don't make what I thought they made. Like she showed me some of their, like the income levels that she found on Google and stuff like that. And, you're talking what we make at our jobs. Like that's ridiculous because I always thought, well, you start out working and you make like $20,000, $30,000 a year. You become a wrestler, you make $1 million. And that's not how it works.
No, no. It never really was. And it really never is because
it never was. You're right.
It never was. And the wrestlers now, I mean, yeah, they're making more than they ever have in their life, in their personal life. But a lot of that, isn't guaranteed, and it depends on, how much merchandise you sell and, all this kind of stuff. So, the guy on the top of the card is making a hell of a lot more than, the guy at the bottom of the card,
Exactly.
So it's regardless if they're wrestling today at WWE or, at an indie show, they're not making any money.
No, they really are not. And it's sad. And a lot of the kids today who want to become wrestlers, if you want to become a wrestler, whether you're a male or a female, become a wrestler because you love the sport and maybe have another job or something on the side, because you can't become a wrestler for the money. It just isn't what you're thinking. If you look at today, even like Seth Rollins as an example, he's one of the higher paid wrestlers, but he's still got his own school. A lot of wrestlers have side gigs that they still do to offset a lot of things like that. But like I said, years ago, the Dominic DeNucci's, Bruno for that time made decent money. But you're talking the Dominic DeNucci's, the Davey O'Hannons, the Baron Ciclunas, Johnny Rods, SD Jones, they didn't make that kind of money at all. And unfortunately, time catches up with you, catches up with all of us. And a lot of these wrestlers, men and women, are destitute. So it would be nice, maybe if you wanted to look it up, go to the internet and look up Cauliflower Alley. You can contribute money, I believe, and come, everybody, maybe we'll all go and we'll all have a big party and we'll all meet everybody. And that you don't have to pay for if you want to.
We'll have a Philly connection there.
There you go. If you want to say hi to a wrestler who's there, you don't have to pay for that wrestler. You contribute some money to the organization, but you don't have to. Let's say Sting is there. You want to go up and say hi to Sting. It's not going to cost you $300 to say hi to Sting like it would at a con. Okay, and also, if I'm not mistaken, Bay, the con for the one and done is not going to be that crazy kind of money either.
No.
Yeah. So like you're talking comparatively, you're talking $200, $300, $400 at a WWE show compared to like maybe less than $100 at a TWA show, which, I understand again, a lot of those wrestlers that are going to be there, TWA wrestlers, are older. They're not going to be able to wrestle. They're not going to be in the ring, but they will be there. So that's something else you got to consider. These wrestlers are not superstars in real life. They're called superstars in the WWE because they're made to look like that. Just keep that in mind, okay? They're rehearsed over and over and over again. And for us not being a kayfabe show, you need to understand, like, again, this young man that I work with, he's like, oh my God, Randy Orton is so hurt. What if he never comes back? He's already on the shelf. They said he might not come back. And I showed him on Instagram, they showed him decorating his tree outside his house. If he was that hurt, he would be standing there decorating his tree outside his house.
He should have showed him the picture with Kevin Owens showing Randy Orton his new Lamborghini.
There you go. Right, exactly. Yeah. I didn't see that, but yeah. Or the same thing with Rhea Ripley. She's got that Cody Rhodes old kind of mask on. Her orbital socket is broken. Come on, I'm not a doctor, but you know as well as I do, if your orbital socket is really broken, having a little plastic thing over your face is not going to cut it. All right, you're not going to be able to wrestle with that. So they showed her also, again, on Instagram without it on, doing little things, playing with her dog, running around, which, understand, get it. You can like wrestling. I love wrestling. I love it. I still watch it. I still get excited. I like this guy, okay? And I still love it, and I will always be excited. I'll always be a fan. But even though you know that they're not really getting hurt, the most of the people who really do get hurt, it's an accident, okay? It's not. But again, understand that their bones and their bodies go through horrible, horrible trauma just because they're wrestling. In all fairness, you can't jump off of a third turnbuckle at the very top, throw your body in the air. Like as an example, what's this guy's Bronson Reed, okay? He's a very large man. Now, if he's on the third rope and he's coming down on top of you, no, you can't change somebody's weight in midair. That's not possible, okay? But yeah, he's going to land on you, absolutely. How you take the landing, you ever watch and you see the wrestlers tighten up like this, which prepares their body for the impact, and also the person who's jumping off 10 to 1 lands on their knees first. So you got to look at this stuff, but it doesn't mean you can't watch it. You can't love it. I've been, and again, I've been involved in wrestling for 60 years. I love it. Absolutely love it. As much today as I did then. So enough about me.
Oh, you know what I just thought of on Bay, if I don't know if you, I think you have, the Vice channel. They did a marathon of Dark Side of the Territories, which I absolutely love hearing those stories.
I did not see that.
And then they did some replays of Dark Side of the Ring, and the Dark Side of the Ring one. And I saw it originally, but I don't remember. I forgot about it. It was when the WCW went to North Korea. Do you remember that? I don't remember that happening in real time.
I don't remember. When you were telling me about that yesterday, I was like, what?
Yeah. But watching it, it was just, it was Eric Bischoff, Ric Flair, Road Warrior Hawk, Too Cold Scorpio, Rick Steiner, Rick Norton, and a few others that I can't think of right now. But oh my God, Antonio Inoki kind of put it all together.
Okay.
And oh my God, like it was crazy what they had to deal with. And like as soon as they got off the plane in North Korea, the government took all their passports. Yeah, all their passports. They each had an armed guard following them everywhere, and a liaison that would help them translate and, figure out things. But yeah, armed guards outside the hotel room doors. The food they ate, they were like, "This ain't meat. I don't know what it is, but we're seeing less and less pigeons."
Oh.
It was like crazy.
Tell them the rest of it. Tell them the whole story.
Well, that Scorpio, Too Cold. He almost killed Hawk, like legit. He was like going to kill him. And what's his name? Chris Benoit had to talk him out. He's like, if you do that, you ain't leaving here ever. And he's like, all right, fine, I won't kill him. I mean, it was crazy that the arena held over 100,000 people. So Eric Bischoff was just like, oh, we're beating WrestleMania, because I think this was like right after WrestleMania 3.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it was, but the people that were there, they're like, oh, wow, it's going to be great. Look at all these people coming, it's sold out. And the one liaison said, no, it's mandatory. If they don't come, they get shot in the head. And they were just like, okay, so we're not really wanted here, And during every single match, all the guys said, the crowd didn't clap or cheer for anybody. It was silent. Over 100,000 people are completely silent during all the matches, except for the main event, which was Ric Flair against Inoki. And because Inoki, apparently his mentor was North Korean, so everybody kind of knew that. And so that was the only match that got like a pop or any type of reaction.
I got to go back.
You got to check it out. You got to, it's Vice TV, or Vice Channel, whatever. And I'll text you the name of it. I can't think of it, but the name of the episode when they were in North Korea. But I was going to ask you if you remembered. Obviously, you don't remember that happening in real time.
I don't remember it either. I don't remember it.
Yeah, I didn't either. But I'm senile, so
well, I'm older than you. So could you imagine that happening here? I could just see people getting off a plane and having somebody go up and say, "We're going to take your passport," and they're going to be like, "Yeah, I'm going to kick your ass. You're not taking my passport."
I would be scared to death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't even go.
No.
As a matter of fact, there are so many strict rules over there. I mean, big time strict rules that, and this is something that's common knowledge. If you don't have a picture in your house of the boss, I'm not going to say his name, but the guy who runs it,
the president,
you will be shot. Everybody has to have a picture, a big one, in their house. And they have to pay homage to it. And you have to, anytime you talk about him, you have to praise him. You have to, otherwise, I mean, and Korea is like this big compared to other parts of the world, but It's scary as hell. And I don't know, like if I was a wrestler, I don't know that I'd go back there again.
They all said, and even Scott Norton had some great stories. Well, they weren't great, but, he tried to get in contact with his wife. He was trying to call. Nobody could call out. And finally, he went down to the front desk and was like, "Can you help me call out?" And they were like, "Oh, sure. Go down here." And he went down and they're like, "Okay, yeah, sure. No problem. $60. Okay. Gave him the $60. And he was 7 floors up from his rooms. By the time he got up to his room, call never came through, or it did while he was going up the stairs. He wasn't there to answer it. 4 times he did it. 4 times he had to pay the $60. He finally got the call through, or answered the call from his wife, and she's flipping out because she thinks he's, out partying with the boys, and he's like, "No, you don't understand. I'm in a real shithole here. You don't understand. It's horrible." And then the phone just went dead. So he thought his wife hung up on him. Now, here they're listening, and they cut off the call because he called the country a shithole. Then there was a knock on the door with armed guards. "Come here."
Could you imagine?
Like, yeah. It was crazy.
There's no way.
Crazy.
We don't realize how good we have it here, regardless of who's president. We don't realize how good we have it here. We really don't. Exactly. Yeah, because we can pretty much do whatever we want, and that is something that people do not realize. They don't take that into consideration.
Oh no, everybody realizes it. They all realize it. Everybody knows that not to go to North Korea.
Oh no, I know about North Korea. No.
Or Iran or Iraq or they're no. You just
I'm just saying that we take for granted. We take for granted how lucky we are. I guess I should have said.
Yeah, but how about when you hear about these idiots that go over there and they do stupid stuff and then they're in prison and then they're a week before they go, it's like they hate whoever's president and they're bad mouthing America. Then they go there. They fart and they end up in prison and then they're crying, please get me home, get me out, get me home. It's like, how stupid are you? Like first off, you went there in the first place. You knew it's a controversial country that you probably shouldn't go to go on a hike and a nature walk. Like it's not meant for that.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not. But anyway, as I was going to ask you before, anyway, don't go there, anybody. So just don't go. Anyway,
I don't think we're allowed to go there. I don't think you can just book a flight to North Korea.
You need permission to do. Clearly, as Bay said, you need permission to even breathe in there. Before you can even go there and all this other stuff. But anyway, let's talk about happier stuff. Let's talk about the banner. Okay, that makes me nervous talking about that stuff. Okay, the banner is going to be a tribute to 5 people who are a vanguard, I'm going to say, of the success of the TWA in Philadelphia. And they are the late Larry Winters, God bless him. They are Tony Stetson, DC Drake, Johnny Hotbody, and Joel Goodhart. So tell us a little bit about that. Between Jeannie and Bay here, because I'm already talked out. It's on you guys right now. I need a drink.
I will drink for you. But all right, the banner has officially broken 700.
Yay!
We are now at 701, so we need 299 more to go.
Awesome.
I'm taking credit for this. I don't care who likes it. Rasslin Radio Relived is the one who kicked that petition signing in the ass when it first started. Am I right? I mean, come on.
Kicked it in the ass, and here we are. It's going.
I'm sorry, Bay. I'm sorry, and I have to say this. It may not be the only platform that has gotten people to sign, which I'm extremely grateful for, but we kicked it in the butt when it was first happening. So go ahead. I'm done. I did say.
And I will say this: you are the guys also. Besides kick it in the ass, it's not been just a kick in the ass. It's been consistently kicking it in the ass. Every week, you guys are talking it, sharing it out, and helping get this thing done. And that is worth the price of admission alone. So. Yes. 299 more signatures are needed. It's kind of crazy. This whole thing, it's really week by week. We're kicking and clawing our way to get this done and get this up there.
And all thanks to you, Bay. And all thanks to you. Because you were the one who got this going.
Absolutely.
This was all, it's all you. All you.
And then May 4th, you can all curse me out. When it's all done.
I think
no. I'm talking the banner was strictly your idea. It was your baby, even though you personally said you were drunk when you came up with it. But you weren't drunk when you came up with it, but you went off on it. Yeah. But you're right. These 5 guys made hardcore wrestling and all of that in Philadelphia. They started it all. Joel's book says, they did. They started it all. If it wasn't for DC Drake and Larry Winters having those amazing matches, and Tony Stetson and Johnny Hotbody, there never would have been an ECW, and there never would have been an Attitude Era. There never would have been any of that stuff. I mean, yeah, the hardcore was around way before that with Brody and Abby and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but not in our area.
Yeah.
They did it. And it's much deserved.
The only hardcore that was around our area was when Joel and I fought.
That's where this is true. This is true.
That's where it actually started. But no, seriously, Bay, you deserve a million accolades. You do.
Yeah.
You really do. God bless you. It was all you as far as this particular aspect of it. And, you know, please, Rasslin Radio people, let's not stop now. Okay. You guys have done this. You guys have pushed it. You guys have continued to push it. Any other platform, I know that, Bay, you have been to multiple podcasts. So not taking anything away from the fans of the other podcasts, please, just like I said before, even if you can get your spouse, your child, your best friend, you know, your grocery store owner, anybody to sign the petition, we need to get it up to 1,000 signatures so that not only can the banner be raised, but once it's raised, it can be dropped. So it's very important.
I was going to say, it's funny. There's one person, I'm not going to say his name yet, but as we get closer, maybe I'll say his name, but he's watching very, very closely. And he is a very popular name in the wrestling business. And he keeps saying, as soon as it gets to $9.99, call me, because I want to be 1,000 to put it over.
Wow.
So I'm not going to say that name yet.
Right.
But
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How does this person know that they will actually be the 1,000th? Like, what if you're in the middle of that phone call and the grocery store owner decides to sign it and he winds up being the 1,000th, you know?
Exactly.
So, but that's okay. Even if it goes over 1,000, have your friends sign it anyway. You know, that's what's important. We need signatures. Let this banner, I mean, it's deserved. It's deserved by all five of them. It's deserved. And again, wrestling fans in general, you have no idea. And I know I keep saying this till it becomes boring, but you have no idea what goes into being a wrestler and what goes into being able to do it for so many years. But even more important than that, what goes into being an icon. And to me, these people are more icons than some of the people who are called icons, because these people, look at it this way. One of them is deceased. God bless him. The other three wrestlers, Tony Stetson, this is his last match coming up, right? And the other wrestlers are at a point now where they can't wrestle anymore. Again, can't wrestle because they have literally destroyed their bodies. For what? For us, for fans, for people to say, oh my God, that was so good. And it's funny because it's not like a lot of money. They didn't make a lot of money.
No.
As we said earlier, nobody made a lot of money. No. But just to have the people say, oh my God, that match was incredible. It's such an awesome thing to happen to a wrestler who puts their heart and soul into what they do. So if no other reason, just understand the fact that these guys have literally busted their butts and their bodies.
And you know what broke my heart too is when we had Johnny on, and like he's it seems like he's in awe that he would even be thought of to be on the banner, or you know, like he doesn't understand or realize just how grateful the fans are to him.
Yeah.
You know, and he's going to be there, you know, on, you know, I mean, he can't wrestle, you know, but he's going to be at the WrestleCon, and it would just be so, hopefully wearing that purple shirt.
Yeah.
He called me. Actually, he called me the day after we did a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. It's funny. Like it's almost like I'm his dad now at times. Like freaking love Johnny so much, and he says that he's like, I don't understand why you even talk to me. I don't understand why you like me. He's
No,
like,
it's
I
I could
treated
cry
you
right
hard.
now. It's
I know.
I like when I talk to him. I do. When I see him, I cry. And Tony and those guys, they left such an important mark on my lives. And but he he goes after we talk, he's like, look, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. He's like, here's where I got the shirt. I'm like, really? So
I want to know. I want one.
I ordered one.
Bay,
Oh my
how did
god.
you do that and
I'm
not tell
wearing my
me?
fucking shirt May 3rd.
Wait a minute. Why didn't you
Yes.
tell me? I wanted that shirt.
Oh,
Well, that's pretty
I'll
messed
tell you
up.
off air.
Well,
Tell you
he's
off air.
going to auction his off.
I'm not
Apparently.
auctioning.
That's
I'm
what
not
he
buying it. I want it.
said.
I was just going to say, I'm going to mug him in the back of the building and rip it off of him if he has it on. No, but seriously, especially these people that the wrestlers that are on this banner are extremely humble. And it's funny because if you see how they wrestled, okay, the wild and crazy and I'll beat you to death attitude that they had, it's ridiculous how humble they really are. It's crazy. And going back to Glenn Osborne, I absolutely love Glenn Osborne, and he is one of the most humble, I mean humble people in the world. And never once did he have this pompous attitude. Never once did he say, yeah, you should like me, Again, and I'm going to bring this up again. I'm going back to Manny Fernandez, how he said that he told me when I talked to him, I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about the people who I'm grateful to, the people who helped me, the people who, had me be where I was. He said, I didn't do this. They did it. And to me, and I don't know how many wrestlers today, honestly, and I'm not saying yes or no, but I don't know how many wrestlers today would be that humble. I know there are some, yes, but I don't know that they're all that humble like they are, like these older wrestlers, even Davey O'Hannon, like all the Dominic DeNucci, especially, dear God, all the people that we've talked to are so humble and kind, and humble is the only word I can think of. That's not even I don't even think that says it right, but when I, like Jeannie, like you said, when Johnny Hotbody was on, I was ready to cry too, because he's like, why me? Like, why me? But because we kept saying to him, you deserve it. You deserve it. And he's like, no, I don't. I really don't. Like, I don't understand why, and then after the show, he texted me. I don't know if he texted you too, Jeannie, but he texted me and he said, I can't thank you enough. You and Jeannie were awesome. I still don't know why you wanted me on your show. And you know what? We're going to have him back for another show. How about that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Him and Erica.
Oh, she was wonderful. Erica was wonderful too, and she's a great girl. She's a very good girl.
Yeah.
But that's what I think is important when you listen to this particular kind of show. I don't know that other podcasts are like this as far as promoting old school. Like, we like to promote old school without leaving out the new school, But another thing, Jeannie, we're going to have, when I was telling Bay, also, we had a little conversation before you signed on. I wanted to say, first of all, and I should have said this in the beginning of the show, we missed you, by the way, last week.
Oh, you did not. Stop it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was not. Well, first of all, I apologize for not being there. I was ill, and I just didn't think it would be cool to be, with Heidi. And I'm so sorry I missed it, but and just be like, sorry, be right back. I have to go.
I'm
and
telling
that
you,
wouldn't have been good for the show or for Heidi or
I was left on an island of awkwardness alone. I needed somebody to send me a life raft.
I'm sorry.
Do you believe she said, "Oh, you didn't miss me"? Yeah, we really did.
Because I listened the next day after when it dropped, and I listened. It was great. I wasn't, she doesn't know me from Adam, so
it doesn't matter. Whoa, back up. All right. If the day ever came that I couldn't do the show, and you did it without me, okay, do you honestly think you couldn't handle it?
No, I don't think I If I Bay with me, or you know, I mean, me one on. I mean, if it was me and Bay just on the show, yeah, we could, no big deal. But interviewing somebody as fabulous as Heidi Lee Morgan, or
with Heidi, all you got to do is say hello, and you're good.
This is true. This is true.
Yep. She's got incredible stuff. And I'm telling you, we still got to bring her back just to talk about
oh my God.
the
Yeah.
she does with
Yeah.
women. The empowerment, like after the show, obviously we're friends with her, but she did incredible stuff with women for Thanksgiving, with the homeless, with the poor. I mean, and again, here we go.
Wow.
Here's another woman who didn't make a ton of money, but she does incredible things for women. And it's a shame because there are not many organizations or people who do that with women. Women are still underlooked a lot today. And Heidi, that girl, man, she jumps right into it and she don't care. She does what she does and she does it well. And Heidi, I know you're going to listen to the show because I'm going to send you a copy anyway, but I got to tell you, you're amazing. You are an absolutely amazing woman. A legend. Absolutely amazing woman. And you spark my heart. You really do. And I was supposed to call her last week and something came up and I couldn't do it, but I need to talk to her about, some kind of workout thing that I can do at 300 years old, because, it is what it is, getting older and older and older, and the bones crack a lot easier than they used to.
You know what? I have been doing chair workouts.
Yeah.
And they're 10-minute workouts.
Yep.
I'll send you this guy's YouTube channel.
Send it to me. Yeah.
Oh my God. 10 minutes will kick your ass more than being in a gym for 2 hours.
Really?
Yes.
Send it to me, because
it's amazing.
It's funny because at work I'm always telling people I'll kick your ass. I tell everybody I'll kick their ass, And
you were telling Nicholas that yesterday.
I told Nicholas as soon as he walked in the door to kick his ass. But a lot of the girls at work laugh at me because they're like, I said, I'll kick your ass, and they're like, you can't kick my ass. And I'm like, if you stand still long enough for me to hold onto the table and get my leg up that high, I can kick your ass, And it's true, but it's ridiculous that the years, and I'm not even a wrestler, but the years do play games with you. The years play games. It's harder to lose weight. It's harder to exercise. It's harder, so that's what I want to get involved in as well, because I mean, after the new year, forget it. I have to get my butt in gear, and as well as everybody else. We always say after the new year, but whatever. I am not going to change my hair color though. I don't know. Can you see my hair color like that? It's purple or no? I can't see it.
I can't say it.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, my hair is purple, okay, and it's going to stay that way forever. I told my kids that if I ever lost my hair, they have to paint my head purple, because that's going to stay. But anyway,
just get your purple wig. No biggie.
There you go, purple wig. I like that. Okay, Bay, you have one more announcement, if I'm not mistaken.
I do. So again, we've already said this is going to be a night of wrestling history, a wrestling nostalgia. We figured, what better way to combine wrestling history and nostalgia to have an official host for WrestleCon. And, Joel would be great in that role, but he's going to be busy because he's going to be doing book signings and everything else throughout the day and the evening. And he's going to be watching the banner being dropped with his name. So we're going to have a true legend of the wrestling business be the official host of WrestleCon. And there's nobody else better than this guy. The wonderful person, the amazing person, Bill Apter, will be the official host of WrestleCon.
Wow, Billy, all right.
Wonderful Willie will be in the house.
Now there's an icon. There's a definite icon.
Oh yeah.
Wow, God bless. That's wonderful. Yeah. That is awesome. I actually asked Bill to be on the podcast, but he wrote back to me and he was like, he is so busy doing so many things. He would love to do it, but And I get it. I get it. He's very busy doing other things, but he is an icon and he is a legend. There's no doubt about that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. That's
great. Very good.
Yeah,
and you're going to have it's going to be taped. It's going to be streamed, right? The whole show will be streamed.
We'll have a whole announcement at that at some point.
There's going to be a documentary being filmed, and there's going
to be cameras everywhere that day. So make sure your hair's purple. Look your best. Have on the purple shirt, and seriously. I mean, everybody. They're going to be part of history that day because we've already started the filming of the documentary. People have seen the teaser trailer. I mean, it says teaser trailer for One and Done, but in my opinion, that's truly a teaser trailer of the documentary. And that is what people are just getting a taste of what to expect. And we have a lot more filming to do, but the culmination is going to be that day and night of, all this coming together. I mean, if you think about the story of Joel, you got a guy who set the wrestling world on fire and literally just walked away and went into hiding. Shut off his phone, didn't talk to nobody for years. Kind of came back quietly, dipped his toes in the water a little bit, and then kind of like walked away again. But now he's got a bug up his ass to do this, and in typical Joel Goodhart fashion, it's one and done, and we're going all out. So
it's going to. I really seriously cannot wait. Like May 3rd cannot get here fast enough. It is going to be an amazing day and night of just nostalgia, just to being around all the guys again and seeing them and thanking them for their contribution and making my childhood, young adulthood, just so great, and being there and experiencing it one last time, because it was the best time. It really was back in those days. It really was.
I mean, this is truly going to be the independent wrestling version of WrestleMania.
Yes.
And people got to realize too, this is one and done. That's it.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people that are going to be there, I mean, let's face it, this is probably going to be the last time a lot of these people will be in a building together.
Right.
But possibly the last time they're going to be making appearances in Philadelphia for wrestling ever again.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse. If you're a wrestling fan and you know where it all began with the TWA, there's no excuse you're not there on May 3rd.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And tickets, where to
2300arena.com. Go there. I was about to say something. I'm going to say it in a nice way. Don't call me asking me for tickets. Go to 2300arena.com because there's only 897 seats, and all 897 seats will be sold. Everybody has to buy a ticket. There's no freebies. I'm sorry. So there you go. Because it's funny. All of a sudden, all these people are your best friend again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My messenger blows up from time to time.
It's like when you hit the lottery.
Yeah. When I put out a little blast over the weekend, all of a sudden I start getting a ton of messages. So.
Well, I think once the new year gets here, everybody, while they're paying off all their credit cards from Christmas, will be able to hopefully throw a ticket on there, and
yes. Plus, and we're going to have more matches announced. Like we only have 3 right now that are announced.
4. We've announced
4. So it's a whole lot more matches to come. So I think once they get to hear everything,
twists and turns and everything else.
If I'm not mistaken, you also only announced a few people for the con. There's hopefully going to be a lot more announced for the con as well.
Oh yeah, and for the con as well.
Of course.
So I think that's important as well. And I think people, especially people from Philadelphia, especially Philadelphia people. I am from Philadelphia. I'm a Philadelphia girl. I will always be a Philadelphia girl, even though I have lived in New Jersey longer than I have lived in Philadelphia. Philadelphia means the world to me. I know a lot of people don't like Philly, and that's okay. Philly means the world to me. And I think that the people that are in Philly need to step up and show everybody what Philly can do. And that's all I want to say. Philly, in my opinion, Philly is the Rock of Gibraltar when it comes to this kind of stuff. They climbed for one of the parades. They climbed poles that were greased on purpose so that they couldn't climb them, and they still did it. Okay, right? They stormed streets that they didn't know were even there. People presented in droves and droves and droves, thousands and thousands of people, whether it was rain, snow, sleet, hail. Philadelphia can do it. Philadelphia doesn't have the reputation it has for no reason. Okay? So there's no reason why Philadelphia can't stand up and do this. I have faith in you, Philadelphia. I have faith in my friends. I have faith in the people of Philadelphia. I will always be Philadelphia. So make sure that Philadelphia shows itself.
And not just Philly, but Philly and all surrounding, Delco, which where Bay's from. Delco, Bucksco, where I'm from. I'm from Philly, but grew up in Bucks County. So yeah, all over, and it's Jersey, Delaware.
Well, it's funny. There are people who have signed. I'm sorry, Jeannie. Go ahead. What did you say?
No, so it's going to be a good time.
Yep. The petition has been signed literally from people all over the world.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Okay. Australia, Canada, France, I think, or something like that. But
we've actually been approached by people in Canada that are trying to put together a bus trip.
Wow. Oh my God.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. That would be awesome. And I think it's important that, everybody, let's put it this way. How about if Philly stands up and everybody tries to beat them? How about that? Let's do that. So we got Philly, we got Jersey, we got New York. New York's got a multitude of wrestling fans.
Absolutely.
Delaware County, Bucks County, the Seashore area. I mean, come on, Seashore, let's go. There's no way that this cannot sell out. It's not that big of a venue. It really isn't. So there's no way that this cannot sell out. But also, I think everybody go to YouTube. Go to YouTube when you're looking at our show. When you're done listening to us, go to YouTube and type in Tony Stetson and Johnny Hotbody. Type in Larry Winters and DC Drake. Type in Glenn Osborne and all these other people that he fought. Type in ECW. Type in ECWA. Type in TWA. Type in independent wrestling. And speaking of independent wrestling, Jeannie, we are going to, God willing, be attending another show of Super Crazy. I got to tell you again, I was very impressed that night. I really was. We met a lot of good people, a lot of nice people. And these guys and girls are the epitome, okay, of what we talked about this whole show, that they're not getting paid like a lot of money. Part of them are still in school, okay? And there is a school called what, Jeannie?
Skid Row Academy.
Okay, Skid Row Academy. Again, anybody wants to become a wrestler, let us know. We'll hook you up with them. Look up Skid Row Academy. Jeannie's going to contact the gentlemen that are involved in the tag team called Primal Fear. They are also trainers at the school. Jeannie, go ahead, pick it up. It's all you.
Yeah, no, they're the trainers. Primal Fear consists of 3 members of Primal Fear. There's the tag team of Matt Oman and Gabriel Howder. And then there's kind of the leader of the group, Adrian Soriano. And he's injured right now. He tore his ACL, MCL. One of the MCL, one of the L's. So he's rehabbing right now. But, he'll be back. And, they are amazing. They are just so amazing. And then Darren, your boy Darren, runs both the Super Crazy Pro Wrestling and Skid Row Academy. And we're going to have him on next year, him and Denise.
Yep.
And we're going to have Primal Fear. And the show is December 13th. Hold on. Yep, December 13th, 7:00. It's a Friday. And it's going to be a really good show. Really good show. It'll be their Christmas special.
Yep. So I think it's going to be great. I loved the experience that I had. Now you're talking about somebody who's been, again, involved in wrestling for many, many years, but going to this particular show, Jeannie has been talking it up for literally years, I think. And I've been like, I got to go one of these days. Yeah, I'll go one of these days. Yeah, I'll go. And then finally she's like, are you ever going to go? And I did. And I was very happy. I did not disappointed at all. But I do want to get Cass too, Jeannie, the guy who called me old.
Oh, Devious Cass. Yes.
Devious Cass. I want him on the show too.
Yeah.
Because
we'll get him.
Literally so young. He is so young, but he's so good. And he's a good smack talker. He really is. I like that.
He is. They all are. And Tim Dynamite, I would love to have Tim on. In fact, he has an open challenge out for this next match. And it's so we don't know who it is until that night. We'll find out who accepted the open challenge. But
and we're going to get Colby Carino.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going to try and get him on too. So, I mean, and again, go to the shows. These shows are not a lot of money. They're really not.
In fact, the one on December 13th, $5. $5 admission.
How can you not go? Do you know the address, Jeannie, or where it is exactly?
827 9th Avenue in Gloucester City, New Jersey.
There you go. 827 9th Avenue in Gloucester City.
At the Pine Grove Civic Center, Civic Arena. And they do a lot of good work there. They have like bingo every week, and they have all kind of events. I know they have like a Friendsgiving thing where people can just come from the neighborhood and have a Friendsgiving, thank you for people, who might not have any place to go. So they do that. And they usually for Christmas, they have like a Toys for Tot drives for the local kids and give the toys out, and
that's so commendable. God
bless them. They're good people, people.
Very good. So, and I'm hoping that they listen to this as well, because we tried really hard to promote as many people as we can. We tried really hard to help out, you know, where we can. So it's important that, you guys listen. If you listen to us, you'll understand and you'll get information. Also, from what I am told, a lot of the WWE shows, SmackDowns and Raws, between now and Christmas, which have also been this past week, are going to be taped, or they're already being taped, so that the wrestlers can finally go home and be with their families for the holidays. Again, years ago, never. No, and again, these wrestlers today don't know how lucky they are. They really don't. Years ago, wrestlers wrestled 365 days a year. Nothing is worse than that, okay? Wrestled 365 days a year. Families were home by themselves. And unfortunately, this broke up a lot of marriages. It really did. And it made a lot of children not know who their parents were. Like we had Justin Race on here too, he was very close to his father. His father was very present for him. But even so, there was still a lot of time when his father was on the road that he couldn't go, Now it's different. They bring nannies with them. They bring baby keepers, babysitters. All the years ago, they couldn't do that. There was not that kind of money. Like I said, I forget who it was said years ago that they used
but again, not all of them can afford nannies, and
you're right.
No, their wives stay at home with the kids, and they're out on the road doing,
or they all go, or they all go together. Like people like, and I think Roman Reigns still does it the best. if his wife does come, she comes. Not all the time. Kids are really not there. Well, they're still little. I mean, he's got 5 kids. It's hard to drag 5 kids with you everywhere.
Does he really?
Yeah, he has a daughter. Well, actually, he had a daughter, and then he had twin boys. And I don't know what happened, but a bunch of years later, he just within the past couple of years had twin boys again.
Whoa.
So yeah, he's got 4 boys and a girl, and he doesn't really want them traveling. It's a lot. It's hectic. It's a lot for them. They're still very young, the second set of boys. But people like Becky Lynch, they have nannies, the Miz, that type of stuff. But like I said, again, years ago.
Yeah, but it's very, but like you said, it's very few. Yeah, it's not like every single WWE or AEW guy has nanny.
But no, the ones like Cody Rhodes, the ones that do make the money, but it's still different than it was years ago. Years ago, there was no kids around, hardly at all. I remember meeting The Rock when he was 6 years old, when his father, Rocky Johnson, had him at the Hamburg field house. And that was a million years ago, too. But that was rare, very, very rare, that back then when we used to go and, go to all these arenas and stuff like that, very rare that there were spouses and children. A lot of them, if they did come, were at the hotel, And it's funny, a lot of the wrestlers, like Haystack Calhoun, for one, always brought his dogs with him, no matter where he went. A lot of them just wrestled in local areas. A lot of them drove everywhere. Because you see even now, like there's people, the older wrestlers, I believe Manny and I believe Tony Atlas and people like that still won't fly. They still drive. And years ago, that's all they really could do. Flying was a lot more money for them. But yeah, I remember sitting in, and I said this before, but I remember sitting in Haystack Calhoun's big truck with the back part down, with his dogs and his big container. He had one of those big, like when you're on a farm, a big metal bucket kind of thing with the 2 handles, filled with water. He had a ladle in there, and him and his dogs drank out of that. And, had a bag full of food that he picked up or bought or whatever. And that's it. That's what they wrestled with. That's what they did. And, again, I can't help but bring that stuff up. But so it's important. It's important that and it's important that you support the next wrestling match the one and done that's coming up in May. It's important that you support that. It's important that you please sign the petition. Bay, I can't say this enough. Please put the link out over and over again. Mm-hmm. Tag us in it. Which, thank you very much for tagging us in everything that you do. And please just sign. It's really not hard. It really
doesn't cost a thing.
No, it really
takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it's for a really great purpose.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some of the wrestlers that are going to be on that banner. The wrestlers that are invited to have their families. I don't know if everybody's bringing families or not, but I know Larry Winter's son, I think, will be there. Some of the wrestlers are going to have their families there. I know Erica's going to be there. It's important. It's really important. And I think I've probably out-talked myself, if that's even possible. So do you guys have anything you want to add before we cut this off?
Can't think of anything.
Bay, you want to wrap it up with anything? Anything new about the show? Anything we haven't talked about yet?
Just 2300arena.com for your tickets. Change.org for the petition. You can put my name, TWA, or any of the guys on the banner. Put their name in, do a search, and sign it.
Okay, again, that's change. CHANGE. Change.org. ORG. Yep. Okay, and you can email Jeannie or myself at 316carmela@gmail.com. Very important to please keep this going. Jeannie, again, whether you think so or not, we did miss you last week. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And it's good to have you back, and don't ever be sick again or I'll beat you up. Okay.
No worries.
How'd you like the show? He says, it was all right. So thank you for being here with us. But thank you, everybody. Please, hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of your weekend after.
And more announcements next week, right? Bay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bay will be here with us a lot.
Every week.
And you know what, Bay? Even next May 4th, you are still welcome to come and pop into our podcast whenever you like.
He's going to be in hiding for at least a week.
No, May 4th, I'll be getting my ass back home because May 5th is the busiest day of the year for my work. So
really,
I got to make sure I'm back for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, okay. Coco's coming with you, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Good. It'd be nice to meet her. Never met her before. That'll be great. But yeah, you're welcome here on our podcast anytime. Even after one and done is one and done. Okay, you're welcome here anytime you want. You are more than a friend. Your family, and you're welcome here anytime. And we love you dearly. And we're going to be talking Christmas stuff a little bit between now and Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, so we're going to be talking about some wrestling stuff with regard to Christmas and what some of the wrestlers are doing, and as far as trying to help other people. And if we hear anything that's going to be
having Tom Brandy back is going to be my Christmas present to myself. I love me my Tommy. I love me my Tommy.
So. I love Tommy too. We really got to get together. We've been talking to him about going out to dinner, and we haven't done it yet.
I know.
So we really got to get together and do that. But I'm going to be talking to him this week, and we're going to set it up for next week. And I'm so excited about all of our upcoming shows. It's like unbelievable. And again, so important. We want fans on. Fans. We want to hear your stories. We're all about stories. Okay? So everybody, mwah, love you, Jeannie. Love you, Bay.
Love you too. Love you, Bay.
Guys.
And we'll see you soon, okay? Have a great weekend. Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.